You ready to cue my A? Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know, my name's Darian. I'm an up-and-coming YouTuber, and I am here to present to you a Q&A. Now, I know for some of you, you probably don't even know me, so why would you be interested in my Q's and A's? Well, why not? Anywho, for all of my 2 fans out there, this is for you. And now, without further ado, let's start this Q into my A. Well, my name is Darian. I am a up-and-coming YouTuber, obviously. I am also a, friend, comedian, though I never hosted any shows or performed in any shows. A entertainer, obviously, from me doing this. I like to say sometime in the future, a makeup artist who actually knows how to do makeup quite flawlessly. And I feel like I'm getting there. Trust me, this is a big come up from how I first started. Well, what made me want to be a YouTuber? I like YouTube. I mean, I pretty much watch a lot of YouTube videos. I watch a lot of YouTubers. And a lot of times just me watching them kind of inspired me over the time to really want to go and start pursuing certain things that I wanted for myself. And I always made a promise to myself that I will always leave some kind of mark on this world. Even if it's not a big mark, it's still something that I want to pursue for myself. And I don't know how well known I could be on here, but you know, if I can at least spread some parts of myself out into the world, yes, then I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy with that. Well, on that topic, I always knew, but I never really knew the word for it. And I guess in a way it wasn't where I knew that I knew that I was just very flamboyant, and I knew that I was a very confident person. Like, I would always walk in, didn't care what anyone thought, walked the way I walked, talked the way I talked, did whatever action that I felt like I wanted to do because I wanted to do them. I was never someone who wanted to conform into how everyone else should be. I was always very independent to being who I was, and I would either stay by myself and not have to deal with anybody, or I would have people who would be intrigued and want to talk to me and get to know me, and luckily those people are still good friends of mine to this day. But I always knew, but I just didn't know the words to describe who I was. And I think it was until I saw a couple of queens on RuPaul's Drag Race that I really started to understand the term transgender and what all kind of was enveloped into being a transgender woman and a man. No and yes. There is an upside, but then there's a downside. I do feel like it is a lot harder when we're talking about trans people, because it is a transgender people because of the fact that a lot of society doesn't accept who we as people are. And there are a few, like, I'm not saying everybody, but there are a few who have that issue. And for me, I've never really gotten like too bad of a situation on my hands. And even before I even realized the full concept of what being a transgender was, and I was just walking around a little gaby, you know, doing my own thing, and with my mannerisms and everything intact. A lot of times people, just because the way I walked, the way that I talked, me having, you can't see them right now, but Like if you check some of my other pictures, like on Instagram, certain pictures that I have on there, you see that I have like already a top plated area. And I was all naturally developed those kind of things around the same time that I did, that other people did while they were in high school. So, you know, there wasn't too big of a difference, but there was big differences. And a lot of times whenever I would go into stores, they will always kind of automatically assume me to be a female because of just my mannerisms and me being so on the nose with a lot of the things that I would do that would resemble that sex. So in closing, it's going to be kind of hard, but then at the same time, it's not going to be as hard. I think it's going to be a lot better once you fully ongoing the surgeries and everything like that, because then you'll be feeling more confident about yourself and you'll be feeling more like the you that you felt on the inside finally being shown on the outside. But as far as hobbies go, I'm a big game fanatic. I love to play PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 2. I almost had a scare with PlayStation 4 because I almost thought that I lost a whole bunch of data on my games, and I was like really going to go into a deep depression about that. But luckily, I was able to find a way to kind of get all of the data material back. And if you have any questions about that, then I'm more than happy to answer it, because I did have to look online to kind of see how to bring some stuff back. Because I previously, before that incident even occurred, I had some kind of a situation where I accidentally dropped the PlayStation 4 and it wasn't allowing me to play any of my video games. So I have a whole bunch. My top ones that I play are WWE. I love WWE games. Assassin's Creed and Dynasty Warriors. All of those three are the top three that I love to play. I have other little games too, like I have Grand Theft Auto, I have Samurai Warriors. My little brother, he has a couple. He played Uncharted. I helped him out with that. Batman, Watch Dogs. So like I'm very familiar and up to date with a lot of the games that are coming out, and I can't wait for the new ones that are coming out. What kind of question is that? Excuse you. First of all, that is so rude. And I smell fresh as a daisy. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, the reason that I wanted to do makeup was to kind of help with my blemishes. You can't tell now because obviously I got a face full of makeup on, but like on the lower end corners right here, like if you look at my first makeup tutorial video, you'll see I'm stripped barefaced, and you'll see, if you pay too much attention to it, I don't know if the camera actually captures it, but you would see a couple of black spots like on my chin going all the way down to my neck, some even being like a little bit up in this section. So that was my original intent. But once I really started to discover who I was and really start to envelop the person that I was wanting and trying to be, then that's when I started to experiment a little bit more with different ways that I would do my makeup. Now I am kind of a procrastinator, so it took me like a good couple of minutes to really get this whole down pat situation going on, and there's still more to learn, because makeup is never wrong. It's just the way that you choose to, use it. And they don't have it where a license says that makeup is supposed to be done this way or that way. It's however the creator sees fit to create their canvas. Pretty much the same that I was now. Very confident, very into myself, I wouldn't say very cocky, but I was very to myself. I didn't really, do too much socializing, not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't want to have to deal with, I'm very particular with who I surround myself around. I don't do dramatics, I don't do all that other stuff. I'm very to myself, but I love to have fun. I love to make other people laugh. And that, you know, it's just one of the yin-yang things about me. I, you know, have a good amount of friends. I'm never really like too, you know, in particular with someone, or I'm never too catty or whatever with anybody. So I'm very cool, calm, relaxed, kind of chill, and that's how I was in school too. I was very to myself. I got bullied, but it wasn't like shoved in the locker bully. Probably like name calling or whatever like that, but it wasn't anything like too severe to where I had to whoop someone's behind or whatever thing like that. And that's me saying it in a polite way because I want my shows to be monetized so that I could get some good paychecks after this. Otherwise, I'll be saying that I will be kicking that ass. I didn't really tell them. I mean, they knew, obviously, because I was very open to flaunting who I was in front of anybody. I didn't care who it was. So whether it was me coming out as gay or me coming out as trans, I never really had to tell anybody. I don't feel like it's something that you need to tell anybody. I feel like, well, for me personally, for other people's situations, I can't really speak on that. But I personally never felt like it was anything that I needed to say to anybody. I'm just a person who, if that's how I feel, that's how I'm going to do it. If I feel like I want to be that or I want to do that, I'm not going to just, I'll gradually move to that so that they'll be able to see and they'll know that in a small proportionate of a way, they'll be like, it's basically like me saying, get ready because you see what's happening. So you either can brace for it or we can handle this in a way that families handle this in bad situations where they're gonna get kicked out. But luckily that wasn't, and I'm happy that it wasn't. I think the first time that I actually presented myself as such was during Thanksgiving, and that was a nervous wreck because I didn't have my mom with me. So with that intact, she's been gone for a couple of years, but me not having her and going through this kind of by myself, even though I had my family around me, I still felt mentally inside that this was by myself. You know, it wasn't a great Thanksgiving, but my family did kind of make me not feel like the black sheep of the family, and for that I always will know that they're there for me and they're always going to be in my heart, just like I would hopefully think that I'm always going to be in their hearts. And I hope one day all families can have that same kind of enjoyment together as well. How do I think it will benefit me in the long run? Well, YouTube is a huge platform, and to me, it can get you to a lot of places. It just depends on how much work you decide to put into it. I think that with YouTube, a lot of people go on there for fame, for money, to try and get all these extra things. And I'm not gonna lie, that is one of my top reasons for doing it as well. But I do have that other side of me that wants to put stuff out there because I see how many people do YouTube videos, how many, whether they're celebrities, whether they're YouTube celebrities, or whether they're just the average Joe wanting to make a video online. And they'll make inspiring messages, inspiring videos that make you really want to look at life differently. Or maybe you don't even realize that you bring some kind of inspirational value into somebody else's life. And if I could do that even for one person, I would, you know, that would mean the world to me. Because to me, I was a person, and I kind of still am a person who I don't really know what my full purpose is in life. There's been a lot of stuff that I wanted to pursue, and a lot of times it hasn't worked out for me. I feel like as long as you never give up on trying to find different ways to your goal, anything is possible. You just have to stay laser focused. For a long time, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I had a glimpse that I would always want something to do with me being famous or me being well known. I know with my lifespan, I won't have, well, no, you know what, I take that back. I will have, because that's what I'm starting to learn how to do a lot more now too, is I will know that at the end of the day, doesn't matter how far I get up the ladder, I'm going to make it up the ladder. Because at the end of the day, this is something that I want to do. This is something that I found interest in doing. Just like I found interest in my makeup and doing that. I may not be a makeup guru. I may not be a Patrick Star, Jennifer Star, you know, Nikki Tutorial. Like, I may not be any of those well-known Manny kind of people. Like, I may not be a makeup guru like they are, but I am, you know, me. And I am someone who knows that I have enough talent to fill a room if you give me a chance. And hopefully, if you guys do choose to subscribe to me, I will be able to hopefully have you guys embark on this wonderful adventure kind of story that I got going on for myself. So with that being said, I think that that was all the Q&A questions that I had for today, or that I have written down for myself for today. But if there's any questions that you may want to ask me or may be wondering about, I'm more than happy to answer them. And hopefully one day I could actually do a Q&A with actual people who want to know. If not, then I'll just, you know, write another Q&A for myself. I don't mind. I love asking myself questions. It's kind of fun, liberating. But until then, what we'll just do is continue figuring out what my channel is going to be about. Anyways, if you like this Q&A, just make sure that you PLEs, like, comment, and subscribe. Until then, I will see you guys later, and I hope that all of you have a great rest of your day.